All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Today's video is brought to you by Tesla, I guess. So when I bought my 24 Model S Plaid, there was actually some blemishes in the paint, and there was also some areas that had marks on it from when it was in transit. Now, these over video, you can't see the marks, and you probably couldn't see the area where it was damaged from transit, but it had like these two big circles on the bottom of each side, and that was pretty much was needing to be repaired. So I went on ahead and accepted the car anyway because I had already paid for it. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to accept the car. I really don't have a choice at this point. And they said, you know, file a ticket or whatever. So that was when I bought the car new. So I'm finally getting a chance to drop it off and get it repaired. And it'll stay with Tesla for probably about a week or so, according to the service advisor, which this one guy has been like super helpful. Is the reason you're probably thinking, Jay, it took that long to get an appointment. Well, yeah, there's way more Teslas on the road. And then also the work that needs to be done is body shop work. So they're going to paint the car. They're going to repair those areas. You know, it's just going to be, it's several spots on the car. Especially the part where the car was damaged in transit. You can't see it by just looking at the car, but if you look along the bottom edges of the car, that's where it was clamped down at. That's where it was damaged. And so as soon as I picked the car up, I filed the ticket for it. And all this time, here we are months later. Good thing the car worked, you know, and I'm not that kind of consumer to where I'm just going to keep hounding them about it. I just submitted the ticket, and, you know, whenever they got to it for the approval, they got it. But it took a long time for this approval because it was over like the amount that they automatically can approve as service advisor. So nonetheless, that's all done. And I'm really happy that I finally get to drop this car off and get it repaired. They're going to look at a few other things for me. And Tesla's quality control is decent in my experience. Everything that has ever happened on a Tesla that I purchased has been fixed instantly because the cars are under warranty. There's no extra charges or anything. But more importantly, they've been fixed without question or, you know, any back and forths. Because they were all kind of obvious things that were going wrong. Like on the one of the 23 Model 3s, the red one, it got new headlights, it got an entirely new back glass, it got an entirely new trunk. There was a bunch of things that went wrong on that car. That was an expensive car for Tesla because they replaced a lot of things on that red 23 Model 3. My blue 23 Model 3, it just needed an alignment. That was pretty much it. So when it comes to the Model Y, the 24 Model Y that I have, no issues whatsoever. And then also the Model S technically has no major issues, and not enough to where I'm going to make a video and say, hey, oh my gosh, like I see people, you know, doing sometimes. I've made videos to complain about a manufacturer, but, you know, it was just to, you know, just kind of get it resolved and get it off my chest, I should say, even though it was covered under warranty and it was getting resolved. But nonetheless, it's sweater weather. So I got my Tesla sweater gear on. But my Model S is now officially in the shop with Tesla, and they've given me a Model X. Now, I was going to check the VIN to see which version this is, because it has a lot of the features that my Plaid has. It has the tilting screen. It has insane mode. So I don't think it's a Plaid. I've driven a Plaid X, but I didn't go into the modes that while back when they let me get it. I didn't even check it out. So this time I said, I'm going to have this car for at least a week. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to see what settings are available to me. And sure enough, it says sport, standard, and insane. So I drove it on insane, and, you know, it's capped at 85 miles per hour, but I wasn't going to take it too fast anyway, but it moves out, folks. So I'm assuming this is one of the older versions of the Plaid, basically. And, you know, that's probably what it is because it has insane mode. So unless this is still one of the newer models, and since it doesn't have Plaid, it has insane mode. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this car has insane mode in the car, and it is definitely fast. It doesn't pull like a Plaid, obviously, but like my Plaid, I should say, but it is definitely fast and more than enough power. So all that out of the way, this car is cool. The first time that I checked out a Model X, I didn't really get to take it home long enough or take it out, you know, and again, I'm having this car for a week, get to get all on through it. So the car itself, it's the black color. Not my first choice if I were going to pick it, but it does have the upgraded wheels or whatever. Looks like it's on the 22-inch wheels. So that's cool. And obviously the selling point of this car is the way the rear doors go up, and you can actually control the doors, all the doors from inside the car. And so I think that's pretty cool. You can open and close all the doors with just touch of a button. Really sweet. But after that, this model that I had, this one that I have, has the white interior, so it feels premium. And so just cruising along with these bigger wheels on it than my Plaid have in the 19s, it's actually a pretty smooth ride. I didn't really see, I've taken it on the highway up to 85 miles an hour. I've taken it in town, bumps, everything. And just cruising along, it's actually a pretty impressive car. It's not an SUV or whatever you want to call it. It's actually pretty premium. And this is why this SUV is probably their most expensive vehicle, because it definitely fits the part of what I would consider premium. Now, the interior and the seats and everything are the white, like I said, and they're super comfortable, though. I didn't expect them to be that comfortable. But, I'm living with this SUV, and it's very comfortable. I've already taken it on some pretty long trips to where it's at least an hour one way, because it takes me about that long to get to the service center. But overall, the car is definitely premium. It feels the part. Now, it has the yoke steering wheel, which obviously, is, if you don't know, that's not my favorite. I ordered my Plaid with the regular steering wheel, but these cars can be fitted, and all of them were fitted with the yoke at some point, the Plaids or whatever, and the X's back in the day. But now they start offering the steering wheel. So obviously that was a no-brainer for me. I wanted the steering wheel. Some people like the yoke, but now that I have to live with this yoke steering wheel, it's okay. Regular maneuvers just are different. Like you have to position your hand more when driving in this style with this style of steering wheel. All in all, I think it's the cool factor for me that the doors go up, with the touch of a button, and they go down at the touch of a button. It's just really cool. It's a cool vehicle. The range on it, I think is like 260 or 70 or 300 and something, I think. It was charged to 80% when I got it, and that 80% was at 240 miles. Hey, that's more than enough miles for me. I drive a lot, but I don't do 240 miles in a day. Overall, the car is actually a pretty cool car, and it's comfortable, it rides good. And it's a loaner vehicle, so it's not meant to be like this flawless. And it's got like 35,000 miles on it, so I'm guessing it's about a 22 to 23, maybe a 21. I'm not sure. I don't follow the X that much, but just looking at it, some of you guys might be able to tell me. Now, the blind spots in this vehicle, the rear window to me is like almost unusable. I'd have to let the rear seats down to even get some kind of view out of that thing. So it's some getting used to, but still, I don't have as much view out of there. And some people drive with the cameras on. I prefer not to do that. It's a distraction to me. I want to keep my eyes on the road, and you see moving things on the screen, you're tempted to look. I don't see how people do that, but I see a lot of cars with Teslas on the road, and they have that camera on, just full throttle. They that's how they drive. But nonetheless, for me, the rear window, it's almost not usable. It's so small when you're looking through the rearview mirror. And you have this big line going through it from the spoiler on the back. It's this visible line going through the little bit of window that you do have. So, that's kind of a bummer to me. But overall, the vehicle itself, it's actually pretty good. And, right now you can get them up to $2,000 off. So there's a link in the description that you can use. On the Model X and the Model S, you get $2,000 off. On the Model 3 and the Model Y, $1,000. So that's a big discount. Recording this video, and I've done more content on the Teslas lately. It just so happened that I had to drop my car off, but I wanted to go ahead and share again with you that the Teslas, just not paying for fuel and just getting in the car and going. And this car is a cool car because you can shut the windows shut the doors with the push of a button and stuff like that. You walk up to it, it can adjust, it just pops open. It's pretty sweet. So I like it. I wouldn't purchase it though. I don't need a big SUV like this anymore. The Model Y is perfectly good enough, and it's like a third of the price. But this is their premium vehicle, and folks, it is premium. I got to give it to them. It is a premium feeling vehicle. For a Tesla, that is. Because I've definitely been in way more premium vehicles than this. Like, I won't name any other brands, but there are SUVs out there that are way more premium than this. But for this Tesla, I can see why they charge the most. This is the most expensive Tesla you could get. And it's fitting, you know, for it to be their premium vehicle. I like it a lot. So driving this for a week, you know, comfortable for sure. Range is good. You know, I can still pull over to any Tesla charger and just plug up. That's got to be one of my driving factors for me with owning a Tesla. You know, I know that people are going to say, well, the network's open now. You can charge at other vehicles can charge that, but those people. When I've actually seen other people charging at a Tesla network, they look embarrassed, for one, because they're the only ones facing the wrong way, which they really shouldn't be embarrassed, because we all know that, you know, it's open. But it just looks ridiculous, for one. And then they're not getting the fastest speeds either, and they're having to pay at a higher price than all of us Tesla owners. So with that being said, you can buy your Tesla right now. You can get an X or an S for $2,000 off, or a Y or a 3 for $1,000 off. All this needs to take place before December 15th. As recording this video, you've got about another week. So be sure to grab a Tesla, spread the code. If you know somebody wants to buy a Tesla, share the code with them. And you know, they'll get a big discount on their car. And if you shop in inventory, you get an even bigger discount on the vehicles on top of the money that you're already saving, the $1,000 or the $2,000. Or order you one and be good to go. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.